Hey, this is Justin Johns, uh, sophomore transfer student. Uh, this is about the new student dialogue. I went to the new student dialogue, assuming the assumable, a dialogue on internationality. To me, it was awesome. Had a lot of fun. A little bit early in the morning, but still, it was good. Uh, I thought that it was fun, and that while we were there, we achieved our goal of explaining what internationality is and assuming, like it says, the unassumable. Uh, when we were there as a group, I didn't really speak out much at first. A lot of people didn't. It was only really two people who spoke out to begin with, and I feel like they were already two people that were outspoken just from hearing them, not really stereotyping them because that comes into play later. But I thought just by hearing them speak, there were two people that usually do that and speak their mind. I'm not one that does it unless I have to, just because it's if unless something important is happening, I don't like getting into crazy business, and I just didn't seem like at first that I should get into that. Uh, However, once we were split up into smaller groups, I really started speaking more, and then when we came back into the big group, I spoke more, and I let my mind free and talked about that. Uh, the observation of all this was fun. When we got split into, like, the best way to observe was to when we were split into groups and we were each given a region, and it was just me and one other guy, and we had Britain, and we had to tell we had to give what the stereotypes of that country are now. And so we just did the stuff that we see on Family Guy and the media and TV shows around here and what we hear. And so I like we gave good stereotypes of what we thought. Other groups had like Asia, Mexico, stuff like that, and they did a really good job too. But a cool thing was the leaders let us. They said, "Well, do you have anything else you can add to each group?" And we'd give our examples. And I thought that's where I really shined. I gave examples that I had heard from the media and stuff like that, just because I do watch a good bit of television, and it was easy to do. Uh, there were, like I said, there were two people that had real. There were two people that had really active voices, and they started off speaking a lot in the group and showing their interest, and then eventually more people came to do that, and it got more interesting over time. Uh, I was, like I said, more of one of the reserved voices, along with a few more. But eventually, I stepped out and decided that I was going to speak. The reserved people, they kind of stayed back and didn't do much talking. They kind of just listened and nodded their heads. Uh, One weird thing was that we were split into groups first before the countries, and we were asked to tell the person our honest stereotyping of them when we first saw them. It was kind of hard for me because I'm not one that usually stereotypes a person. It was just a little bit weird, and so the girl that I was with, I told her, I was like, honestly, I didn't stereotype you. I thought you were a normal person. I thought maybe you were a little athletic, but that was about it. She was like, I thought I did the same thing. I don't stereotype people much. It's just not something I do. She said, I think this is weird, and I was like, yeah, me too. It's not something I really like to do. It's just to point out what I think about people and tell them what I thought, unless it was something like important to me. And so that really was weird. The role I played in the group was kind of the just I guess I was a level-headed person, and there's a part where we talked about discussions, arguments, and one other thing, and I felt like really everything we covered was under an argument point of view. Just this is right. Whoever's louder wins. Just because that's how a lot of life is. Another thing I thought was really cool was we did these graphs that had our name in the middle, and then we had 10 things that we had to list in importance in the graph. So, like, we had like religion, money, uh, heritage, stuff like that, and we had to graph how we saw each of those things. And it was weird at first because I was like, well, I don't know how I view this and this and this. But eventually, over time, I started thinking about it, and I was like, this is really awesome. I think this is more me. This is more me. Religion that goes here in the most part, or something like that. And it really opened my eyes to what I was looking at, and it helped me a lot overall. This the new student dialogues are a great component of Library 100. I think it's awesome, and it was useful to my time here. I think maybe they could do more of them do more and allow you to go to more than one if you want. Even though I'm sure you can, but there's only a limited number, so it's really hard. And maybe do some second semester as well, so you can go to those. And like I said, add more variety, because there were only like four real sections, and I think there could be more. But yeah, thanks for listening, Justin Johns. Thank you.